This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of MSPN Digital Television and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of MSPN Digital Television.
To the broadcast booth for the pregame show on MSPN Digital Television.
Welcome to day 2 of the Central Plains Regional Tournament here on MSPN Digital Television. Stone, thanks for chiming in on the chat already here, and we're ready to go. I had a couple of mix-ups on the Grand Rapids roster based on the ones we got a week ago from Legion and the ones that were, I was told, official as of this morning. So, I believe I got the names right. If the jersey numbers are wrong, I apologize in advance. We'll figure it out by the third inning. I can tell you that much for sure. So, there you go. Let's get right up into the first pitch here. .26 a.m. here for the first pitch in this elimination game between Harrisburg, and that'll be a base hit out into left field for the leadoff Eli Kokenji. Noah Boucher will be the batter now.
Noah Boucher.
All right. Sorry, I was wearing the wrong headset. I knew something was wrong. One ball, one strike to count here to Noah Boucher. Runner on second is Kokenj, and that one's fouled off for a strike. And it'll be 1 ball and 2 strikes now. Designated hitter, number 15, Bryson Esser.
Shortstop, number 7, Ethan Beek. Right fielder, number 10, Peyton Muntz. Catcher, number 13, Michael Oakland.
All right, now we're ready to go, and I apologize for that. I had a couple of chords mixed up on our headset here, and that's 100% my fault. So that'll be a ground out, 6-3 to end the inning. They'll strand 2 on base, and we'll wrap this one up and come back strong in the bottom of the first here on MSPN Digital Television. Stay tuned.
1 run, 3 hits.
Fargo ND is your local online store where you can find something for everyone. Check out multiple items from the carry-all collection. You can also pick out that perfect sign to add to the decor of your family room, kitchen, bedroom, or even your cubicle at work. Be sure to take a peek at the odds and ends, where you will find all the little treasures that are simply too good to miss. Mandy's of Fargo ND accepts multiple forms of safe and secure payment options. Still not sure what to get? How about a gift card? Visit online at mandysoffargond.com today, where you can find something for everyone.
Don't miss a stolen base or home run on the road to Shelby. Catch live broadcasts of all 15 games of the Central Plains Regional Tournament from Starion Bank Field in Fargo right here, exclusively on MSPN Digital Television.
All right, welcome back. Starion Bank Field here for day 2 of the Central Plains Regional Tournament. On the scoreboard, it's Harrisburg as the visitors. They take the 1-0 lead up in the top of the first inning. One were on 3 hits on 1 Grand Rapids there, and Grand Rapids will be the home team. Cade Weedy is your starting pitcher here for the Harrisburg Post 45 Tigers, and he'll be tossing them into the mid of catcher Michael Oakland. You got Noah Boucher at first, Griffin Schlapko at second, Ethan Beek, the shortstop, and Eli Kokenge at third. In the outfield, it's Darren Safransky in left, Ty Raymond in center, and Peyton Muntz in right field here for the Harrisburg Post 45 Tigers. Your batting lineup here for Grand Rapids looks like this. Top of the order will be Ethan Morgan, Nolan Sovedos, and Sam Dick. The middle of the order will be Caleb Gunderson, Alex Wegworth, and Riley Madison. And the bottom of the order will be Caden Sweeney, Oliver Spahn, and Ari Lampa. And that's how Grand Rapids will set their offense here in the batter's box. So that pitch will miss for a ball, I believe, and it's 1-0 to Ethan Morgan, the leadoff batter here for Grand Rapids. And the pitch, and this one a ground ball to third, knocked down by Kokenge, he's able to pick it up and fire it over in the nick of time for the 5-3 ground out. So one down here, and they'll bring up Nolan Cevedos. Harrisburg fell 6-0 to Lincoln East yesterday in the first game, and Grand Rapids would fall to the North Dakota State champion West Fargo 4-0 in our third game yesterday. So this is our first elimination game of the Central Plains Regional Tournament. The winner of this game I think I maybe wrote down some numbers wrong here. The winner of this game will play at 3:30 tomorrow against the loser of Fargo Post 400 in Shakopee. And that will be another ground out, and that's 2 down.
Right fielder, number 16, Sam Dick.
Sam Dick, the batter now. And the pitch. Misses outside for a ball. 1-0 here to Sam Dick. The first 2 games, Brad will be in for that third game between Lincoln and West Fargo, and then I'll be back for the nightcap tonight, so it'll be a busy day for me. Bouncing ball mishandled, and he will not get it over there in time. That will go into the books as an error. That error will be charged to the first baseman.
Pitcher, number 12, Caleb Gunderson.
So now both teams have committed 1 error. Here's Caleb Gunderson, the batter now here for Grand Rapids. Grand Rapids post 60 Wolfpack and the Harrisburg post 45 Tigers. Harrisburg, the visitors on the scoreboard. Grand Rapids, the home team on the scoreboard. 2 away here in the bottom of the first. We're 11 minutes into the ball game. A quick peek over at Sam Dick on first base as Cade Weedy comes set and delivers outside for a ball, 1-0. If Gunderson can reach base, Alex Wegworth would be the next batter here for the Wolfpack. 1 ball, no strike. And the pitch, and that one's a high fly ball out into left field. Running after it, and he will not get to it. It'll roll almost all the way to the fence. And rounding third is Sam Dick. He will score standing. It is an RBI double for Caleb Gunderson, and we have a tie ball game. Sam Dick really putting the foot on the gas pedal there as he had to wheel himself in all the way from first base to tie this ball game. And it's 1-1 now here on the Mandy's of FargoND.com scoreboard. Alex Wegworth. Can Grand Rapids string together some 2-out hits here? If they're able to do that again, they could potentially get Gunderson in from second. Which reminds me, I should probably add the score there for Harrisburg. There we go. Stone, Gene, and Steve, thanks for chiming in on the chat. Certainly appreciate it. Ground ball out towards Slapko. He'll pick it up, and he'll successfully get it to Boucher for out number 3. They'll strand 1 on base, but they do get 1 across. And let's just make sure our numbers are right here. Should be run 1 on 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 left on base. 1's across the board on the bottom, 1 run on 3 hits on, yep, that's exactly correct. All right, we are ready to go for inning 2. It's 1-1 after 1 here on the Mandy's of Fargo and D.com scoreboard. We're back with more Central Plains Regional Tournament Baseball elimination round coming up next here on MSPN Digital Television.
Just off 52nd Avenue South in Prairie Grove is your neighborhood South Fargo spot, Frank's Lounge. Frank's Lounge offers a fun, comfortable atmosphere and daily food specials you can view right as you walk in. Kristen says,
Love Frank's, our go-to place when we have company get-togethers, and always get the best service. We would definitely recommend. We love Frank's Lounge.
Frank's Lounge is open daily, and kids, when accompanied by an adult, are welcome all day, Sunday through Tuesday, and until 3:30 p.m. the rest of the week. Don't forget to take home a Frank's Lounge t-shirt or hat. Frank's Lounge, 2640 52nd Avenue South in Fargo. Stop in tonight.
American Legion Baseball. A winning tradition since 1925. Thousands of young athletes have participated, and countless lives have been changed.
That was the fun part of summer ball and Legion was we just played. At that stage, I think everything's so pure. You're just wanting to play ball. I would 100% recommend it.
Legion Baseball is one of many programs of the American Legion, supporting our children, our military, and their families. Find out more about how we continue to serve America.
All right, Griffin Schlopko will lead things off here in the top of the second for the Harrisburg Post 45 Tigers. Knotted up in a 1-1 game here with Grand Rapids. That one nearly up the middle, snagged there by Caleb Gunderson, and he'll walk it 75% of the way over to first base for a 1-3 ground out.
Left fielder, number 6, Darren Safransky.
So Darren Safransky will step up to the plate now with one away and 1 pitch, 1 out. That's pretty good efficiency there for the pitching staff for Grand Rapids. And here's the pitch, and that one will miss just to the outside, maybe a little bit high too, and it's 1 ball, no strike. After a long day yesterday, I'll admit I'm a little bit tired, but I'm going to do my best to make sure that doesn't shine through on the broadcast here. 2 balls and no strikes. I think we did enough shining of that in the top of the first. Here's a 2-0 pitch. And that one will miss to the low outside, and it's 3-0 now here to Darren Safransky. Safransky, Ty Raymond, and Eli Kokenge, 8-9-1. We will see if we get to Kokenge or not. We'll get to the 8-9 batters for sure. And there's a strike. Safransky is that 8-hole hitter here for Harrisburg. And the 3-1, and this one a ground ball bouncing out towards Sweeney at second. He mishandles it, and that will be an error. I am very surprised that, okay, I was gonna say, they put it up as a hit, and then they removed the hit and added an error. I was gonna say I was very surprised they ruled that as a hit, but no, that's 100% an error, and they just hit the wrong button is all, so. And this one is a pop-up into center field. Running after it there is, and that'll drop for a base hit. As Cevedos could not catch up to it in time, and they'll have runners on second and third now on a double to center field by Ty Raymond.
Top of the order, third baseman, number 12, Eli Kokenge.
All right, so that returns us to the top of the order now. Eli Kokenge. And 1 ball and no strikes. One side of Mark. He made the trip to Fargo from Bozeman, Montana. That is awesome. Come down here to watch some good baseball. Just goes to show you the level of talent in this tournament. That's a pop-up to the second baseman into shallow right. The runners will stay put. And out 2 on the board.
Second, first baseman,
when
16,
a baseball fan who has no particular rooting interest in any of the teams in the tournament makes a multi-hour trip to Fargo to watch some baseball. That's awesome. So welcome to Fargo, Mark, and he said he was going to watch that welcome to Fargo video and pick a place to go. That one's fouled away, no balls and a strike. Noah Boucher is the batter. And the 0-1 delivery. And that one will hit the edge for strike 2. 18 minutes into the ball game. The 0-2, high for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One ball, 2 strikes, and that was a little grounder that was fouled out of the box. So we'll stay right where we're at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Safransky on third, Raymond on second, runners on for Harrisburg in a 1-1 ball game. A base hit could change the complexion of this game quickly. That pitch will miss outside. It'll even up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two. This one lifted up into center field. Cevedos is running after it, and that one will drop. It'll drop to the right in between Sam Dick and Cevedos. 2 runs will score on a 2-run RBI double by Noah Boucher. And all of a sudden, it is 3-1 in favor of Harrisburg.
Designated hitter, number 15, Bryson Esser.
Bryson Esser reached on the lone error, or one of the first of 2 errors, I should say, of Grand Rapids earlier on his previous plate appearance. And there's strike 1. Oh, 1, and that one's going to be a little bit outside for a ball and a strike. One pitch on the way. That one's lifted up into center field. This time Cevedo should be able to get to it. And he does, and that will strand 1 runner on base. But they do get a pair crossed here in the top of the second. And it is now a 3-1 lead for Harrisburg on the Mandy's of FargoND.com scoreboard. We'll take a break, and we'll be back with more in a moment. Stay tuned here on MSPN Digital Television.
2 runs, 2 hits, and an error, 1 left.
American Legion Baseball. A winning tradition since 1925. Thousands of young athletes have participated, and countless lives have been changed.
And that was the fun part of summer ball and Legion was we just played. At that stage, I think everything's so pure. You're just wanting to play ball. I would 100% recommend it.
Legion Baseball is one of many programs of the American Legion, supporting our children, our military, and their families. Find out more about how we continue to serve America.
All right, welcome back. We move to the bottom of the second. It'll be the 6, 7, 8 stretch of the Grand Rapids batting order here. It's a 3-1 lead for the Harrisburg Post 45 Tigers here on the Mandy's of Fargo and D.com scoreboard. Certainly appreciate you tuning in. Once again, Riley Madison will lead things off here for Grand Rapids in the home half of the second inning. Broadcast coverage brought to you by Frank's Lounge, Buffalo Wild Wings, Sweet Shots, and Doolittle's Woodfire Grill, to name a few of our great sponsors. This one, a line drive into right center field, shallow right center field over the head of the second baseman, Schlotko, and it's a base hit and a leadoff single here for Grand Rapids in the bottom of the second.
Second baseman, number 11, Caden Sweeney.
Caden Sweeney will try to continue the pace here for Grand Rapids as they find themselves down 2 here on the Mandy's of Fargo and D.com scoreboard. And the pitch is up and in for a ball, 1-0. Or they called that a strike? They have a strike on the scoreboard, so I guess we'll switch it to a strike. And that is a swing and a miss for a strike, and now it's 0-2. Swing and a miss. And that is yeah, so it was, that first pitch was a ball because that would have been a strikeout had that have actually been an 0-2 count. So I was right back then, and I was just going with what the scoreboard in the outfield said. Two balls and 2 strikes. Ball, strike, strike, ball. And the pitch. And that one's high for ball 3. Once again, the batter is Caden Sweeney. And now Sweeney will be walked, and they'll put 2 runners on base for Oliver Spahn. He'll show bunt. He'll pull the bunt back. It'll be called a strike. 0-1 here to Oliver Spahn. We're 27 minutes into the ball game now. Game 1 of 4 today, 9:30, starting on time too. And maybe that's why. Well, no, you would think that I'd be more. I got more sleep last night than I did going into day 1 of this tournament. So can't use that as an excuse. 1 ball, 1 strike. Just glad I got that headset wiring figured out there without getting too frustrated over it. 1 ball, 1 strike. And now we'll pause for a little bit here as Oliver Spahn will go and talk to his coach. And once again, the runners on. Riley Madison on second, Caden Sweeney on first. Oliver Spahn represents the go-ahead run in this game. Nobody out. We'll see if he squares up for a bunt here possibly, and he will. And that one's going to be popped up and just to the right of our press box. So that'll put strike 2 on the board, and that will take the bunt idea away, at least we believe. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And 2-2. And he got him. That's out number 1.
Left fielder, number 4, Ari Lampa.
And Lampa will take strike 1. Ari Lampa is the 9-hole batter here, so we'll flip it back over to the top of the order here if no double plays happen. 30 minutes into the ball game now. Here's the pitch, and that one's high for a ball. 1-1 the count now. Of course, the Fargo Post 400 Stars played in the Bozeman Midsummer Invite Tournament. They ended up going undefeated and winning that tournament as Ari Lampa gets hit by a pitch here. So he'll reach base, and that'll load the bases and bring us back to the top of the order for Ethan Morgan. To finish my thought,
Third baseman, number 3, Ethan Morgan.
if memory serves me correct, over the past few game broadcasts, I believe it was that win for Fargo Post 400 in that tournament that kind of introduced our station to Mark from Bozeman, Montana. And correct me if I'm wrong, Mark, but I think that's what it was, because I remember during the state tournament, he was kind of asking some questions like, is that the same guy who played in Bozeman? I'm like, yeah. So that's how I'm connecting the dots on that one. So. Bases loaded, 1 out, a big opportunity here for Grand Rapids to potentially tie this game. And strike 1. And that one's fouled off the end of the bat. Down to an 0-2 count here. Still only 1 out on the board, so if Morgan is unable to reach base, it's not completely the end of the world here, but get a base hit with 1 out. Probably preferred over a base hit with 2 outs, but whatever gets the job done, right? And that will be a base hit with 1 out. Into left field, it will score Riley Madison. Rounding third is Caden Sweeney. The throw will not be in time. Back to third, the throw will not be in time. Ari Lampa slides head first into third. It's a 2-run single for Ethan Morgan, pushing Lampa to third, and we have runners on the corners in a tie ball game.
The center fielder, number 10, Nolan Sabatos.
3-3 now here between Grand Rapids and Harrisburg in our first elimination game of the day. 31 minutes in is how long it took for Grand Rapids to put the game tying run across the plate. Now they have runners on the corners, first and third. This is a little bouncy ball, and nobody at first, and everybody is safe. Ari Lampa comes in to score, and it's 4-3 in favor of Grand Rapids on what was intended to be a sacrifice bunt to push 2 players into scoring position and potentially score 1.
Right fielder, number 16.
I'm sorry, that's not what I meant to say, but it still works out the same for Grand Rapids. So a bunt single at the first base line scores Ari Lampa, moves Ethan Morgan to second, and that puts Sam Dick to the plate now. And they have they have things clicking here with 1 out now as they've taken the 4-3 lead. And the pitch, and a check swing, and I believe that will be a strike. Yes, it will be. I think the scoreboard's off here. Scoreboard showing 0-2 to Sam Dick. That can't be correct. It's got to be 0-1. I guess we'll find out who's right or wrong this time. And the pitch. 1-2. Okay, I was wrong. Okay. So I'm 50% on my scoreboard controversy. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Ethan Morgan on second. This one's going to be popped up and fouled away. Nolan Acevedo's on first. The runner's on for Grand Rapids. Sam Dick reached on an error last time he was at the plate. 4-3 Harrisburg. And that's strike 3, and that'll put out 2 on the board. She goes down looking.
The pitcher, number 12, Caleb Gunderson.
And Gunderson will duck down to take ball 1. Gunderson doubled out in the left field last time he was at the plate. And that will miss for ball. 2 balls and no strikes here to Caleb Gunderson. And that'll miss for 3 balls and no strikes. And Cade Weedy on the mound here for Harrisburg is potentially a pitch away from loading the bases up for Grand Rapids here at the 35-minute mark of the ball game. 3 balls, no strikes. We'll see if Weedy can cash in his free strike coupon, because Gunderson will not be swinging here, and he will be walked on 4 pitches. So that will load the bases for Alex Wegworth. And a base hit here could really do some damage. And we have a visit to the mound here from the Harrisburg coach, and certainly don't have any arguments against that. They will talk some things over, and we'll take a 30-second break. Be right back.
Here's your chance to support MSPN Digital Television in one of 3 ways. First, everyone can subscribe to the MSPN YouTube channel absolutely free. Second, individuals and families can choose one of 3 monthly YouTube memberships. Third, local businesses can choose one of 2 monthly YouTube sponsorships. Visit our YouTube channel and look for and click the Join button to select the option that's best for you. For more information or to get answers to your questions about MSPN memberships and sponsorships, give us a call today at 701-491-6776.
Number 24, Alex Wegworth.
All right, welcome back. We're in the bottom of the second. Base is loaded. Alex Wegworth, the batter, 0 for 1 with a ground out to second last time he was at the plate. 4-3 Grand Rapids here in the bottom of the second, and they're looking for more. On the inside edge, it's strike 1. And the 0-1 pitch, swinging and miss, strike 2. Nothing in 2. That one's low for a ball. Well, if Wegworth could get a base hit here, and then depending on what Harrisburg does in the next half inning, could have a high-scoring contest, high-scoring affair. Or maybe they'll turn us into a pitcher's duel. Who knows from this point going forward. We've seen stranger things happen in the wide, wide world of sports, that's for sure. And the pitch. Ground ball right back to Weedy. He will pick it up, toss it over. That will complete the inning. They'll strand 3 on base, but they do get a lot of work done here in the bottom half of the second inning. They scored 3 runs on 3 hits. And they leave 3 left on base. We'll take a break and be back with more in 60 seconds here on MSPN Digital Television.
Doolittle's Wood-Fired Grill is an experience that ignites your senses, featuring wood-fired rotisserie cooking. Grilling meat over an open flame creates that savory wood-roasted flavor, while the rotisserie rotation results in juicy and succulent meats. Doolittle's even has an outdoor fire pit that creates a relaxing setting to wine and dine for any occasion. Visit DoolittlesRestaurants.com for a full menu or to make a reservation. Doolittle's Wood-Fire Grill, 2112 25th Street South in Fargo, or call ahead at 701-478-2200.
Hey, great party.
Oh, thanks. Here you go. 1 hamburger, medium well.
This is well done.
No. That's medium well.
What? Are you calling me a liar? This thing is practically burnt.
That's it. You're not gonna come to my house and tell me how to cook a hamburger. I don't grill it for you.
You wouldn't do it there.
That'd be crazy.
So don't do it here. Sportsmanship. It's up to you.
All right, welcome back. And a 1 bouncer over to second. Sweeney picks it up, fires it over for the 4-3 ground out, and that's 1 pitch, 1 out on Ethan Beck, who was 1 for 1 with a single prior to that.
Number 10, Tayton Muntz.
Tayton Muntz, 0 for 1, reached on inning endings fielder's choice. Gene, to answer your question, we're having some lagging issues on that. We are working on it, and we'll get it back ASAP. So, like what you're watching now is at full speed, and the other one would be like in slow motion. So we have our guys, we have our technical team working on that to figure it out, and we'll get it back as soon as it's back at full speed. This one knocked down with the third baseman. Can he throw it over in time? No, he cannot. And that will be maybe a hit. Yes, it will. Yep, and I agree with that. So an infield single.
Catcher, number 13, Michael Oakland.
Here's Michael Oakland, 0 for 1 with a ground out last time he was at the plate. Swinging and a miss, strike 1. And that one will miss low for a ball. We're even at a ball and a strike. Michael Oakland's the batter, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that already or not. He grounded out too short on his last trip to the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 runner on, 1's across the board. They'll try and pick him off, and he is back safely. Tayton Muntz, the runner on first once again here for Harrisburg, who finds themselves down by 1. Jim, thanks for tuning in. 1 ball, 1 strike. And that one's a little bit high for ball 2. Gene, I appreciate the compliments. I'm a little bit humble when I get compliments like that. There's got to be somebody who can do this better than I do, but I certainly appreciate the compliments. So 2 balls and 1 strike. That one's fouled away, and now it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. I will miss for ball 3. So full count now here to Michael Oakland. And another pitch like that could put the tying run in scoring position here. This has been an interesting game so far. At one point it looked like Harrisburg dominated, and then Grand Rapids looks like they're dominating, and now they might turn a double play, and yes, they do. A 6-4-3 double play will end the inning, and Grand Rapids will maintain their 1-run lead here on the Mandy's FargoND.com scoreboard. Elimination game, and these two teams are battling up to this point. We'll be back with more of that battle in just a moment. Sweet Shots is Fargo's premier golf entertainment destination. Sweet Shots will host your birthday, bachelorette party, corporate events, date nights, or a night out with friends and family. Need help with your golf game? Visit with one of Sweet Shots' PGA teaching pros. Hungry? They have a full food and beverage menu too. Try your shot in one of 60 climate-controlled hitting suites or one of 5 indoor full-swing simulators that include golf, hockey, hunting, football, soccer, and zombie dodgeball. Make the trip to 3400 James Way South in Fargo or visit sweetshots.com for much more.
Don't miss a stolen base or home run on the road to Shelby. Catch live broadcasts of all 15 games of the Central Plains Regional Tournament from Starion Bank Field in Fargo right here, exclusively on MSPN Digital Television.
Welcome back. 4-3 in favor of Grand Rapids. The Minnesota runner-up over the South Dakota champions Harrisburg. And Harrisburg becomes our first championship team to face potential elimination here. As I look at the other games today, 12 noon, it'll be Elkhorn and Yankton, the two runners-up. And Lincoln and West Fargo, two state champions. They'll be in a winner's bracket game at 3:30, and then our nightcap game will feature the Minnesota State champions versus the host team, Fargo Post 400 Stars, at 6:30. And that would be Shakopee, the Minnesota State champion, in case you weren't already aware of that.
Leading off for Grand Rapids, number 8, Riley Madison.
Riley Madison, 0 for 0. He was walked last time he was at the plate. And he'll step up to lead things off here in the bottom half of the third. 1 run in the first, 3 runs in the second for Grand Rapids. And a swing and a miss for strike 1. For Harrisburg, they scored 1 run in the top of the first and 2 runs in the top of the second. They were held scoreless in the top of the third. We'll see if Harrisburg can return the held scoreless favor to Grand Rapids here in the bottom half of the third or not. That one will skip through into the backstop and will be even at a ball and a strike, 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. That one pops straight up. And that will be caught there by Eli Kokenge, the third baseman, for out number 1.
The second baseman.
I'll bring up Caden
11,
Sweeney.
Caden Sweeney.
Sweeney was walked last time he was at the plate as well. And they'll appeal to the third base umpire, and he did not give any signal, so it will be ball 1. It was close on that check swing. It definitely was close. Okay, 1 ball and 1 strike, we think. There's strike 2. Man, I'll strike him out. Bring up Oliver Spahn now as the second out is recorded.
The catcher, number 2, Oliver Spahn.
Ball 1 as that pitch will miss outside here to Spahn. Spahn struck out last time he was at the plate. Gene says that West Fargo really impressed him in that first game yesterday. And I'll be honest, Gene, anytime Hudson Dinger's on the mound, you can expect to be impressed. And that's not to say anything negative about the rest of their pitching staff, but Hudson Dinger's been a stellar pitcher for quite some time here. He's actually signed to play with NDSU, so he made that commitment, I believe, a little over a week ago, if I remember correctly. Or maybe it was longer than that. My brain just shortens the time between thoughts. But 3 balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Caught foul tip. Strikeout, and that will take care of business here in the bottom of the third. A 1-2-3 inning. Nobody gets on base. No runs, no hits, no errors. And we'll be back with more in a moment here. Stay tuned on MSPN Digital Television.
Make your home your retreat. Fill your favorite spaces with fresh air, warm sunlight, and calming connections with the outdoors. Marvin Windows and Doors are designed to promote happier, healthier spaces in your home. At D&M Industries, we will walk you through how the beauty, thoughtful design features, and unparalleled performance of Marvin products can help you feel better in your home. Visit our D&M Industries showroom in Moorhead today.
Here's your chance to support MSPN Digital Television in one of 3 ways. First, everyone can subscribe to the MSPN YouTube channel absolutely free. Second, individuals and families can choose one of 3 monthly YouTube memberships. Third, local businesses can choose one of 2 monthly YouTube sponsorships. Visit our YouTube channel and look for and click the Join button to select the option that's best for you. For more information, or to get answers to your questions about MSPN memberships and sponsorships, give us a call today at 701-491-6776.
Griffin Schlapko will lead things off here for the Tigers of Harrisburg Post 45 in the top of the 4th inning. They are trailing 3-4, and that'll be a deflected off the glove of the shortstop into center field, and they will score it a hit, and I agree with that. So a leadoff single here for Griffin Schlapko. And now Darren Safransky will come to the plate here and try and keep things going, as Harrisburg has put the tying run on the base path. On the first pitch of the inning. There's a strike, and it's 0-1 here. Safransky, the batter, he reached on an error last time he was at the plate. Pickoff attempt, and they got him! So that takes the runner off base. One out on the board, and now no runners on. No balls and a strike here to Darren Safransky. And that one will just miss on the inside. It was below the knees of Safransky for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 4-3 score that we currently have in this game, swing and a miss, strike 2, is currently tied for the most runs scored in a game. We had a 6-1 win for Shakopee over Elkhorn. And so 7 runs scored in that game, 7 runs scored in this game so far. 7 runs is the max amount of runs scored so far in this tournament by a pair of teams. Something tells me we have not seen the end of the scoring in this one, but I could be wrong too on that. 2 balls and 2 strikes now here to Safransky. Yeah, Stone, they ruled it as a hit on the scoreboard, so that's what we're going to rule it as well. It certainly could have gone either way, I guess. That was a ball, so payoff pitch coming up here, and he'll walk him.
Center fielder, number 1, Ty Raymond.
Strike one to Ty Raymond. Raymond's 1 for 1 with a double. Knocked that double into almost all the way to the fence in right center field last time he was at the plate. That ended up scoring one of the 2 runs in the top of the second inning. Swing and a miss, strike 2. And that one will take a awkward bounce off the bat into the netting here, and we'll stay at 0-2. 3 runs on 7 hits for Harrisburg, 4 runs on 4 hits for Grand Rapids. Harrisburg with 1 error, Grand Rapids with 2 errors in this game. And another pickoff attempt, and sliding back in time is Safransky at first. Still 0-2 to the batter, Ty Raymond. Eli Kokenge, top of the order here for Harrisburg, is the on-deck batter. That one will miss for a ball, 1-2. Two and 2. Gunderson sets for the 2-2 pitch, and he delivers. And it's a little bit low. It gets behind Spahn, and throw to first is not in time. It'll be a full count at 3 balls and 2 strikes now here to Ty Raymond. Caleb Gunderson pitching, Oliver Spahn catching, Alex Wegworth at first, Caden Sweeney at second, Riley Madison the shortstop, Ethan Morgan at third. The outfield here after the payoff pitch and the pickoff attempt, and he's back safely. Ari Lampa in left, Sam Dick in right, and Nolan Cevedos in center. We never did go around the bases there for Grand Rapids with that headset issue in the top of the first, so my apologies on that, but now you know. And that'll be a walk. I'll put 2 runners on, and it moves the tying run into scoring position here for the Harrisburg Post 45 Tigers.
Top of the order, third baseman, number 12, Eli Kokenge.
Kokenge is 1 for 2, a single to left and a fly out to shallow right. It was a backpedaling second baseman named Caden Sweeney who made the catch on that shallow fly out to right. And he's going to go deep to left, and that is caught by Ari Lampa, and the runners will stay put.
First baseman, number 16, Noah Boucher.
Noah Boucher, 1 for 2, a ground out and a double. Ground out to short and a double to right center. 2 away, tying run is Darren Safransky on second. Ty Raymond also stands on first for the Tigers. And the pitch, in for a ball, I guess, 1-0. I have no rooting interest in either team, so I would have said the exact same thing if Grand Rapids was batting there. 1 ball, no strike. And a ground ball. Oh, and that will sneak by Ethan Morgan into left field. Rounding third is Safransky. They will hold Raymond at third, and it's an RBI double for Noah Boucher, his second double of the game. Actually, it will not be a double. They will score that as an error. They'll score it as an error on the third baseman, which will score Safransky. Raymond moves into third, and Noah Boucher into second.
Hitter, number 15, Bryson Esser.
Two away and two in scoring position in a tie ball game here at 4-4 on the Matties of FargoND.com scoreboard. Runners on second and third. And the pitch. Ground ball fouled away, third base side, 1-1. It's the fourth error of the game here for Grand Rapids. Fourth charged error, we'll put it that way. So I know there's some disagreement on a couple of earlier plays. So, and that one is foul, 1-2. 4-4 ball game, 4 runs on 4 hits for Harrisburg or 4 runs on 4 hits for Grand Rapids on 1 Harrisburg error. 4 runs on 7 hits for Harrisburg on 4 Grand Rapids charged errors. No balls and 2 strikes, according to the scoreboard in the outfield. Swing and a miss. And that will be a strikeout. That will strand the 2 runners on base, and they will go to the 5th inning all knotted up at 4 apiece. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th, all knotted up at 4 apiece. So had to double check things there for a moment. We'll be right back.
TCI Insurance was founded in 1985 with a simple mission in mind: to protect your assets. TCI Insurance has a long history of providing insurance coverage and loss prevention solutions to the region and strives to exceed your expectations. From agriculture, business, and personal insurance, our advisors are here to help walk you through the options and equip you with the knowledge you need to choose the coverage that will best suit your current stage of life. TCI Insurance. Call 701-277-1710 or visit them at the offices in West Fargo and Wimbledon. Learn more today at tciteam.com.
Yeah, I just picked her up. We should be there in 20 minutes.
Who is it? Oh, it's him. Where is he?
I know. Yeah, I know.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Bottom of the 4th, welcome back here. It's Game 5 of the 2025 Central Plains Regional Tournament. First elimination game of this year's tournament, and well, so far nobody's been eliminated. It's a 4-4 game, and number 4, Ari Lampa, will lead things off here for Grand Rapids in the home half of the 4th. A lot of 4s in that brief talk there to bring us into the 4th inning. Swing and a miss, strike 1, and that's our first non-4 comment of the bottom of the 4th. Neal, 1 delivery, and that is going to be a little bit low, and we're even at a ball and a strike. 1 hour, 1 hour and 2 minutes now. We were at the 1 hour mark right as we went into the commercial break at the end of the last half inning here. And the 1-1 pitch, and that'll miss outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. And the 2-1. And that one is in for strike 2. Strike, ball, strike in that order here for Ari Lampa. He was hit by a pitch last time he was at the plate. We'll see Ethan Morgan and Nolan Cevedos this inning as well. 2-2. Swing and a miss. He went a little bit early on that one, and that'll be out number 1. And that brings up Ethan Morgan.
Top of the order, third baseman, number 3, Ethan Morgan.
one's fouled back for a strike. Morgan 1 for 2. Ground out and a single down the third base line. That single was part of a 3-run bottom of the second for Grand Rapids. Swing and a miss. And he's down on the count 0-2 now here. One ball and 2 strikes. Once again, Nolan Cevedos is the batter on deck here for Grand Rapids post 60. And the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and it'll be a strikeout. It'll be out number 2. Nolan Cevedos will try and keep this inning going here. Knotted up in a 4-4 tie on the Mandy's FargoND.com scoreboard. Broadcast coverage of the 2025 Central Plains Regional Tournament also brought to you by TCI Insurance, FM Convention and Visitors Bureau, Dakota Fins and Feathers, Marvin Windows and DMN Industries, and Vic's Lounge. Here's a pitch to Cevedos, and it'll come in for strike 1. He's 1 for 2, ground out, and got on with a bunt single on that 3-run bottom of the second, where nobody was covering first in that instance. Now he'll bunt again, and it will eventually backspin itself over the line for a foul ball. For a moment there, I thought that was going to come to a dead stop and stay fair, and had that happen, it would have been a back-to-back bunt singles for Cevedos, because he was well on his way to first by the time that ball rolled foul. Even if it would have stayed fair, I don't think they would have been able to throw him out. 0-2 as a result of that dribbling foul ball. And the 0-2 delivery. Struck him out. And that will be 2 strikeout, back-to-back strikeouts to retire Grand Rapids here in the bottom of the 4th. 4-4s. We're through 4 here on the Mandy's of FargoND.com scoreboard. We're back with more in a moment.
Good sportsmanship. It will carry you further in life than sports. Growing up in North Dakota, I learned to respect my opponents, the coaches, and the officials. The values of fairness and teamwork carried me to the highest level in my sport and allowed me to live my dream of playing football in the NFL. It doesn't matter if you're on the stage, the playing field, or in the stands. We are all better when we show respect for others and practice good sportsmanship. Carry yourself with dignity. Being gracious makes the losses easier and the victories that much sweeter. So when the lights on the playing field, the stage, or the gym floor dim, you'll always have pride in yourself.
Welcome back. 4-4 as we head into the 5th inning here in our first elimination game of the 2025 Central Plains Regional Tournament. Mike with you here on MSPN Digital Television. Certainly appreciate you tuning in. Wish your team the best of luck here, as one of these teams, their season will come to a conclusion here whenever this game finishes up. Of course, we started late yesterday and had our first 3 games went super, super quick, which happened to allow our 4th game to start on time. So, you know, the way things go in the wide world of sports, we'll probably have 3 10-inning games here and be late after all, since we started on time here today. And the way this one is looking, extras is not out of the question at the moment. 1 ball and 1 strike, according to the scoreboard in the outfield. Ethan Beek is the batter, according to me. And Ethan Beek will find a base hit out into center field. Tayton Muntz now the batter here for Harrisburg.
Right fielder, number 10, Tayton Muntz.
1 for 2, reached on a fielder's choice. Also got an infield single. Right in between short and third on his last at bat. And he thought about firing up to first base, but will not. 1-1. Caleb Gunderson on the mound. Will set and deliver. And another almost throw to first. There'll be 2 balls and a strike now here to Tayton Muntz. That one's high. Gets over the glove of Oliver Spahn and allows Ethan Beek to reach. And it'll be ball 3 here to Tayton Muntz. Jim, don't know about the guy you're asking about. I'm not sure where he is at, but I can tell you, as I look at my board over my left shoulder here, that the Stars and Shakopee will indeed play at 6:30 Central or 7:30 Gym time. So 7:30 JST, Gym Standard Time, or Gym's, yeah. JS could stand for a lot of things, and I'll stop there, but could stand for his name initials too, JST. Michael Oakland's the batter now, 0 for 2 with a pair of ground outs to short. And the pitch, a little bit too far inside. And a balk is called, so that pitch never happened. A balk is called, and that'll advance the runners to second and third. And the pitch does not go into the books as a pitch. And it will remain an 0-1 count here to Michael Oakland. And now a base hit could give Harrisburg the lead back. Harrisburg had a 3-1 lead in the top of the second. That was the last time the Tigers had a lead in this game. Swing and a miss, strike 2. It was tied 1-1 after 1. Harrisburg took a 3-1 lead at the end of the top of the second. And Grand Rapids took a 4-3 lead in the bottom of the second. And Harrisburg tied it up in the top of the fourth. And a swing and a miss there for the first out.
Second baseman, number 4, Griffin Schlopko.
So now Harrisburg's potentially a base hit from retaking the lead here. 1 hour and 11 minutes, and back and forth we go here in our first elimination game of the tournament. Here's the pitch. High for a ball 1 to Griffin Schlopko. Schlopko, batter 7 in the lineup here for Harrisburg. He's 1 for 2 with a ground out to first, or ground out to the pitcher, I should say, and then a single into shallow left center. Swing and a miss, strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Runners on second and third. Tayton Muntz, the runner on second, and Ethan Beek, the runner on third for Harrisburg. Griffin Schlopko, the batter. Darren Safransky awaits in the on-deck circle. Here's the pitch. Ground ball out towards the shortstop. It's batted down, and he will run it out. And that will be an error. And the bases are loaded. Nobody scores on the play.
Number 6, Darren Safransky.
And now Darren Safransky, who reached on an error, and he was also walked. So he's reached base both times, but he does not officially have an at-bat yet. And now Grand Rapids coach is going to come out, and we're going to talk things over here for the Wolfpack. Caleb Gunderson, I have him sitting at 67 pitches right now, unofficially. Once again, broadcast coverage of the 2025 Central Plains Regional Tournament brought to you by your friends at Dakota Fins and Feathers. Check them out on YouTube, Dakota Fins and Feathers. If it makes it easier, you can go to the MSPN Digital TV YouTube channel and just look for our partner channels right there on the homepage, and you can click on their logo and you can check out their YouTube channel that way. And also Vic's Lounge, Marvin Windows and DMN Industries, FM Convention Bureau, TCI Insurance with offices in West Fargo, Mandy's of FargoND.com, where you can find something for everybody. Mandy's of FargoND.com is your local online store. They have a lot of cool things for your office, your bedroom, your home, your family room, maybe even your kitchen. I've purchased a few things off that website. Everything from cute little items to sarcastic little signs and everything in between. You can find it at mandysoffargoND.com. I love it. I really do. You should check that out. Even if you don't buy anything, you should check it out. Of course, I'd love it if you were to buy something, but that's not up to me. One ball, no strike here to Darren Safransky. And a ground ball, and now sneak past third base fair. Heading in is Ethan Beek. Tate Muntz rounds third, and they will slide into third for Schlopko, and up to second. Safransky is safe. 2-run score, and two runners remain in scoring position. So Darren Safransky earns himself a 2-run double down the third base line, and it just barely stayed fair. So Griffin Schlopko moves into third base. Darren Safransky on with the 2-run double down the third base line, and now Ty Raymond will come to bat. He's 1 for 1. He's reached base both times. He hit a double into right center field, and he also was walked. And now he sees another ball up high and out at the 1 hour, 15-minute mark of the ball game. It's 1-0 now here as the Harrisburg Tigers have regained the lead at 6-4 here in the top of the fifth. And the pitch. And this is a ground ball into left field again. That will score Griffin Schlotko. And it is 7-4. An RBI single puts runners on the corners here. Darren Safransky moves into third. Ty Raymond takes over first base with his RBI single. Back-to-back hits down the third base side. And now Oliver Spahn will step in front of home plate and send some signals to his teammates as they find themselves down by 3 here in an elimination game. And that last hit by Ty Raymond was the 10th hit of the ball game for Harrisburg. And that pitch is a little bit low for a ball, 1-0. Eli Kokenge is the batter. He's 1 for 3. They'll call it a strike. 1-1 the count now here to Kokenge. Kokenge got a single down the third base line on his first at bat. Since then, he would fly out to the second baseman and fly out to the left fielder, Ari Lampa. Here's the 1-1, and the runner will go to second, and he will not make the throw in fear of Safransky potentially coming in from third. So it's a free stolen base for Ty Raymond, and 2 more runners in scoring position here with 1 out and a base hit. Could really bust this open for the Tigers. 2 balls and a strike, 1 out and 2 runners in scoring position. Here's the pitch. That one's a little bit high, 3 balls and a strike. And they are going to intentionally walk Eli Kokenge, which would set up a force out at home.
First baseman, number 16, Noah Boucher.
A 3-ball, 1-strike count, and they intentionally walk him. That's interesting. Usually you intentionally walk somebody when they come up to bat and not midway through an at bat, but not this time. 1 ball, no strike. Noah Boucher is the follow-up batter. So once again, with Kokenge being awarded first base, that will set up a force out at home here for out number 2 of the game. And a strike according to the first base umpire. 1-1 the count. And that's lifted up into center field. Savedos is digging back, and tagging on third is Darren Safransky. All the runners tag and all the runners advance. So a sacrifice fly to deep center, and all the runners were ready to go. Safransky scores. Ty Raymond to third. Eli Kokenge to second. All on the sac fly to deep center field. And now here's Bryson Esser. 0 for 3, reached on an error, a fly out to center, and a strikeout. 2 away, he'll foul the first pitch off to the right side of home plate, out of play on the first base side. 0-1 as a result. And it's now 8-4 in favor of Harrisburg here, as they have doubled up on Grand Rapids here on the Mandy's of FargoND.com scoreboard. 1 ball, 1 strike here to Bryson Esser. We'll see if Grand Rapids has a response heading into the bottom of the 5th. Believe it or not, we're at 1 hour and 20 minutes here, which is actually a pretty good pace for 4 2/3 of an inning. Or 4 2/3 of a half inning, I should say. 1 ball and 2 strikes here to Bryson Esser. Can they get the all-important second out, or all-important third out, I should say? No, he'll miss to the outside on that pitch to even up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Harrisburg looked like they were thinking about a potential squeeze, but halfway down the third base line, he put on the brakes, and it'll be ball 3. And that one's ripped to left, and will it stay fair? No, it will not. We'll stay at 3-2 on the fouled away pitch. All of the strikes in his count have been fouled away. It's been fouled away, ball, fouled away, ball, ball, fouled away. This is pitch 7 of the at-bat. That one's popped up, going to right field. Foul territory, and he will make the catch. Dalstrand 2 on base. And Grand Rapids gets out of a tough inning here where they give up 4 runs in the top of the 5th. And they now find themselves doubled up, and they'll bring out the bats to see if they can chip away with that at that 4-run deficit as time is running out, potentially in their season, but definitely in this game. We'll be back with more in a moment here on MSPN Digital Television.
Mandy's of Fargo ND is your local online store where you can find something for everyone. Check out multiple items from the carry-all collection. You can also pick out that perfect sign to add to the decor of your family room, kitchen, bedroom, or even your cubicle at work. Be sure to take a peek at the odds and ends, where you will find all the little treasures that are simply too good to miss. Mandy's of Fargo ND accepts multiple forms of safe and secure payment options. Still not sure what to get? How about a gift card? Visit online at mandysoffargond.com today, where you can find something for everyone.
Don't miss a stolen base or home run on the road to Shelby. Catch live broadcasts of all 15 games of the Central Plains Regional Tournament from Starion Bank Field in Fargo right here, exclusively on MSPN Digital Television.
Just off 52nd Avenue South in Prairie Grove is your neighborhood South Fargo spot, Frank's Lounge. Frank's Lounge offers a fun, comfortable atmosphere and daily food specials you can view right as you walk in. Kristen says,
Love Frank's, our go-to place when we have company get-togethers, and always get the best service. We would
All right, everybody loves Frank's Lounge, and Sam Dick will be the leadoff batter here in the bottom of the fifth. And we'll make it up to Frank's here in the next commercial break. 1 ball, no strike here to Sam Dick. He's 0 for 2, reached on an error and struck out. And we'll see if Grand Rapids can do something similar to what they did in the bottom of the second inning when they played at 3 runs. If they could duplicate that performance, they'd be within a run by the end of this inning here. But they'll need a little bit more than that here. 1 hour and 24 minutes. Time of the ball game so far. Ground ball out towards Slotko at second, and he mishandles it. That will be an error.
The pitcher, number 12, Caleb Gunderson.
Harrisburg with 5 errors in this game. All 5 of them have occurred after Harrisburg has taken a lead. They had a 3-1 lead heading into the bottom of the third where they committed 4 errors, which allowed Grand Rapids to score 3 runs. And then they take the 8-4 lead, and now here in the bottom of the fifth, they commit an error and put a base runner on for free for Grand Rapids. We'll see if it results in another run or not, but right now they're in okay shape with a 4-run lead. And I say okay because I've done enough baseball games to know that no particular lead is safe. 1 ball and 2 strikes here to Caleb Gunderson, the batter. And he will knock a base hit in the center field. They'll move Sam Dick into second base. 2 runners on with nobody out, and here comes Grand Rapids. Alex Wegworth will be the next batter. So back-to-back singles here. Well, actually an error in a single, I should say. And already a visit to the mound here for Harrisburg. It's a slow walk by the coach to the mound. And that will do it. Cade Weedy will be pulled. And we'll have a new pitcher. So we'll take a break, and we'll be back and tell you more about the pitcher and any other potential changes when we return after this. Stay tuned.
Just off 52nd Avenue South in Prairie Grove is your neighborhood South Fargo spot, Frank's Lounge. Frank's Lounge offers a fun, comfortable atmosphere and daily food specials you can view right as you walk in. Kristen says,
Love Frank's, our go-to place when we have company get-togethers, and always get the best service. We would definitely recommend. We love Frank's Lounge.
Frank's Lounge is open daily, and kids, when accompanied by an adult, are welcome all day, Sunday through Tuesday, and until 3:30 p.m. the rest of the week. Don't forget to take home a Frank's Lounge t-shirt or hat. Frank's Lounge, 2640 52nd Avenue South in Fargo. Stop in tonight.
American Legion Baseball. A winning tradition since 1925. Thousands of young athletes have participated, and countless lives have been changed.
And that was the fun part of summer ball and Legion was we just played. At that stage, I think everything's so pure. You're just wanting to play ball. I would 100% recommend it.
Legion Baseball is one of many programs of the American Legion, supporting our children, our military, and their families. Find out more about how we continue to serve America.
All right, welcome back. Bottom of the fifth. New pitcher is going to be Eli Kokenge, moving from third base. That'll move Griffin Schlapko from second to third, and Darren Safransky will take over at second base. So those are the three changes here for Harrisburg. Darren Safransky at second, Griffin Schlapko at third, and your new pitcher is Eli Kokenge. So he will square off against Alex Wegworth. And the previous pitcher will be responsible for Sam Dick and Caleb Gunderson should they come in and score before we can officially close the book on him. 1 ball, no strike now here to Alex Wegworth. He's 0 for 2 with a pair of groundouts. 1 to the shortstop, 1 to the pitcher. Or 1 to the second baseman, excuse me, 1 to the pitcher. And that one is fouled away off to the first base side. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Strike 2. One ball and 2 strikes. Make that 2 balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Strikeout, and that's out number 1. Riley Madison, the batter now. Our next game at 12, scheduled for 12 noon, will be Elkhorn North versus Yankton, the 2 runners up from Nebraska and South Dakota. And our second elimination game that will follow this one, once again scheduled for a 12 noon start. And that one is grounded foul into the first base dugout where Harrisburg occupies. Riley Madison's the batter, 0 for 1 walk and a pop out to the catcher. Just to the left side of home plate. And the pitch, check, swing, and strike. Swing and a miss, and that'll be strike 3. 2 up.
Second baseman, number 11, Caden Sweeney.
All right. The last 2 up is what I meant to say. Have both been struck out after getting 2 runners on base. And now it's up to Caden Sweeney to get things rocking and rolling here for Grand Rapids. 8 runs on 10 hits for Harrisburg up to this point. Nice block there by Oakland to keep the ball in front of them and keep the runners on first and second. And the pitch outside for a ball. 1-0 here to Caden Sweeney. He's 0 for 1, walk and a strikeout. Actually 2-0. And the pitch. And strike 1. 2-1, and that one's a little bit low. 3 balls and a strike now here to Caden Sweeney. Oliver Spahn will be the batter on deck here for Grand Rapids if Sweeney can find a way to reach base. 3 balls and a strike. And the pitch. Check swing, strike 2. Ball, strike, to bring us to the full count here, and a payoff pitch for Eli Kokenge, who takes over on the mound here in the bottom of the 5th. And we'll see if he can put an end to this 5th inning of play. No, outside, and he'll walk him instead. And now the bases are loaded, and a huge opportunity here for Grand Rapids to get themselves back into this game. They're down 8-4 right now here on the Mandy's of FargoND.com scoreboard.
Catcher, number 2, Oliver Spahn.
Once again, other games today, 12 noon, Elkhorn versus Yankton in an elimination game, and then the winner's bracket started at 3:30. Lincoln will take on West Fargo, and Fargo Post 400 will take on Shakopee at 3:30 and 6:30 respectively. Here's the pitch. That one hits the edge for a strike for Oliver Spahn, and it's 0-1. Spahn 1 for 2, struck out, and then he singled into right field last time he was up. Bases are loaded. Sam Dick on 3rd, Caleb Gunderson on 2nd, Caden Sweeney on 1st. Eli Kokenge only responsible for Caden Sweeney on 1st. The other 2 runners would go to the other pitcher. Kokenge gets ahead on Spahn 0-2. And a big pitch here. The windup and the delivery. Check swing, strike 3. Bases are left loaded, and they will strand 3, and that will take care of business here in 5 innings of play. It is 8-4, moving to the 6th. And we'll be back with more in a moment here on MSPN Digital Television. Stay tuned.
8-4 Harrisburg. That was 17 pitches, 17 pitch count for Eli Kokenge. 17 pitches for Kokenge.
American Legion Baseball. A winning tradition since 1925. Thousands of young athletes have participated, and countless lives have been changed.
That was the fun part of summer ball and Legion was we just played. At that stage, I think everything's so pure. You're just wanting to play ball. I would 100% recommend it.
Legion Baseball is one of many programs of the American Legion, supporting our children, our military, and their families. Find out more about how we continue to serve America.
To the top of the 6th we go. 1 hour and 37 minutes into the ball game here, and Harrisburg has an 8-4 lead over Grand Rapids in our first of 2 elimination bracket games here at the 2025 Central Plains Regional Tournament. So one of these two teams' seasons will come to a conclusion. Then our second game, we'll either see Elkhorn or Yankton continue on, while the other team will have their season come to a close. Winners brackets game today, 3:30 p.m. It'll be Lincoln taking on West Fargo, and then 6:30 p.m. it'll be the Stars and Shakopee. Brad Anderson will be in for the Lincoln West Fargo game, and then they'll give me my game off, and then I'll be back for the final game of the night. So I got 3 of the 4 today. We split them 2 and 2 yesterday, but Brad had another commitment, so wasn't able to help out with the early game. And or with the first 2 games, so I took 3 and he took 1. I'm okay with that. And the pitch is outside for a ball, and it's 1-0 now here to the batter Ethan Beek. 2 for 3. He would single into right field, then he grounded out to the second baseman, then he singled again into left center field. He'll swing and miss here to move the count to 1 ball, 1 strike. And the 1-1 pitch, and that one will miss for ball 2. So 2 balls and a strike now here to Ethan Beek. 2-1, and that one's fouled away. We're at 2-2. that one, I think that left Gunderson's hand before he wanted it to. It'll be ball 3, as I highly doubt that's where he intended to put that pitch. That one's fouled away and will stay tight at 3-2. So full count, payoff pitch number 2 coming up here for Gunderson. He wastes no time. He delivers high and walks him. So runner on with the walk. Ethan Beek advances to first, bringing up Tayton Muntz.
Right fielder, number 10, Tayton Muntz.
That one's high for ball 1. At points in this game, it looked like Grand Rapids was dominating, and at other points in this game, it looked like Harrisburg was dominating, and right now, Harrisburg has that edge. As we go deeper into this game, that edge becomes a little bit more comfortable for Harrisburg. 3 balls and no strikes here to Tayton Muntz. If Gunderson walks back-to-back batters, I wouldn't be a bit surprised if we see a visit to the mound. And he will walk back-to-back batters. We'll see if the other half of my statement is correct or not. No movement from the coaching staff here for Grand Rapids.
Catcher, number 13, Michael Oakland.
I think I have about a 91% success rate at predicting mound visits. This time I didn't. I missed it. And they throw to third, and a double steal there will move the 2 runners into scoring position. Pitch came across as a ball. Nine of the last 10 pitches thrown by Caleb Gunderson have been balls. There's a strike, 1-1. Two balls and a strike now here to Michael Oakland. And the pitch. High and in, ball 3. And 14 of the last 16 pitches have been balls, and that does indeed bring a mound visit. As coach is going to talk some things over here with Gunderson and the rest of the teammates. Michael Oakland has not reached base in this game yet. He grounded out twice and he struck out. Now he's potentially a pitch away from reaching base. He's at a 3-ball, 1-strike count. And 2 runners in scoring position. Ethan Beek on third and Tayton Muntz on second. The runners on for Harrisburg. All right, back to action now here. 3 balls and a strike to Michael Oakland. Gunderson will come set. He'll wind and deliver. Got strike 2 in there, and whatever the coach said, it worked. Full count. We'll see if he can sneak another strike past Oakland and pick up that first out of the inning. Here's the payoff pitch. He'll walk him. And the bases are loaded here for Harrisburg in the top of the 6th, and they're in a position here to add some insurance runs. There's no doubt about that. And Caleb Gunderson is going to be pulled. It might be a pitch limit thing, or it could be a combination of a pitch limit and you need to get him out of there. Like I said, he's struggled to throw strikes over the last 2.5 batters here, the last 3 batters, I should say. I had him at 100, may have been off by a couple pitches, so he may be at his pitch limit too. We'll see what our PA announcer has for an official pitch count on Caleb Gunderson. And we'll have a new pitcher. We'll take a break, and we'll be back with more in a moment. Stay tuned.
Here's your chance to support MSPN Digital Television in one of three ways. First, everyone can subscribe to the MSPN YouTube channel absolutely free. Second, individuals and families can choose one of 3 monthly YouTube memberships. Third, local businesses can choose one of 2 monthly YouTube sponsorships. Visit our YouTube channel and look for and click the Join button to select the option that's best for you. For more information or to get answers to your questions about MSPN memberships and sponsorships, give us a call today at 701-491-6776.
Doolittle's Wood-Fired Grill is an experience that ignites your senses, featuring wood-fired rotisserie cooking. Grilling meat over an open flame creates that savory wood-roasted flavor, while the rotisserie rotation results in juicy and succulent meats. Doolittle's even has an outdoor fire pit that creates a relaxing setting to wine and dine for any occasion. Visit DoolittlesRestaurants.com for a full menu or to make a reservation. Doolittle's Wood-Fire Grill, 2112 25th Street South in Fargo, or call ahead at 701-478-2200.
Hey, great party.
Oh, thanks. Here you go. 1 hamburger, medium well.
This is well done.
No. That's medium well.
What? Are you calling me a liar? This thing is practically burnt.
That's it. You're not gonna come to my house and tell me how to cook a hamburger. I don't grill it for you.
You wouldn't do it there.
That'd be crazy.
So don't do it here. Sportsmanship. It's up to you.
All right, welcome back as we return to the top of the 6th here. Bases loaded with nobody out for Harrisburg. They have an 8-4 lead on the Mandy's FargoND.com scoreboard. And Cole Gores is your new pitcher here for Grand Rapids. He's wearing jersey number 7. He'll face off against Griffin Schlapko to start things off, and he will deliver a strike. He'll deliver a strike on the first pitch here. Stone, the burger was definitely well done. I mean, yeah, I like that little commercial spot there. That one is caught in foul territory, and that will allow a run to score via a sacrifice fly. And he let that drop for a strike. It would still be 8-4 instead of 9-4. Does it matter that much is the question. Is it more important to get that out, or and give up an additional run, or? No, I suppose it's better to get 1 out and allow 1 run than to possibly allow a base hit and have 2 runs score. So, you know, it's a tough call to make in that scenario, but at least they have the first out of the inning. That one's low, and a nice block there by Oliver Sean to keep it in front of him. Runners on the corners. Tate Muntz on third, Michael Oakland on first, Aaron Safransky the batter. 1 ball, 1 strike to Safransky. He's 1 for 2, reached on an error, a walk, and a double. So he's reached all 3 times he's stepped up to the plate. He'll take a strike here, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Can Gores get a strikeout here? Swing and a miss, and he can, and that's out number 2. Ty Raymond will be the batter now. Raymond's reached base every time he stepped up to the plate as well. He had a double into right center field, a walk, and then he would fire a 2-run single down the third base line on his last trip to the plate. That was part of the 4-run top of the 5th for Harrisburg. Right now they've tacked on 1 more since then, and it's a 9-4 lead for the Tigers. Anybody who's not from Harrisburg watching or not from Grand Rapids watching, I promise you that the Tigers is not the orange team. 1 ball and 2 strikes, just in case there was any confusion there, since Tigers are orange and black, and that's the color scheme of the Grand Rapids Wolfpack jerseys. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count. Runners on the corners. The runners will go. Swing and a miss, and that will be a drop third strike tagged out, and that will end the inning. They will leave 2 stranded on base, but they do get 1 more across to increase their lead to 9-4 heading into the bottom of the 6th. We're approaching the 2-hour mark of the ball game. We'll be back with more in a moment here on MSPN Digital Television. Stay tuned.
That's 10 pitches for Joe Dick. 10 pitches. Score is 9-4 after 5.5.
Sweet Shots is Fargo's premier golf entertainment destination. Sweet Shots will host your birthday, bachelorette party, corporate events, date nights, or a night out with friends and family. Need help with your golf game? Visit with one of Sweet Shots' PGA teaching pros. Hungry? They have a full food and beverage menu too. Try your shot in one of 60 climate control hitting suites or one of 5 indoor full swing simulators that include golf, hockey, hunting, football, soccer, and zombie dodgeball. Make the trip to 3400 James Way South in Fargo or visit sweetshots.com for much more.
Don't miss a stolen base or home run on the road to Shelby. Catch live broadcasts of all 15 games of the Central Plains Regional Tournament from Starion Bank Field in Fargo right here, exclusively on MSPN Digital Television.
All right, Eli Kokenge will go into his second inning of work here in the bottom of the 6th, as his team has a 9-4 advantage right now on the Mandy's of Fargo and D.com scoreboard. Thank you so much for tuning in. This now officially takes the most runs scored in the game in the tournament so far with 13. 7 were scored in the Elkhorn-Shakopee game yesterday, so Harrisburg and Grand Rapids has doubled up that game. Actually, no, they haven't. 1 more run scored by either team would officially double it up. 13-7 is the 2 games. And they'll appeal to first base, and he says no. So 1 ball, 1 strike to Ari Lampa. 0 for 1 hit by a pitch and a strikeout swing. One. There's strike 2. They'll appeal the first again, and they'll say no, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. That one's fouled back. We'll stay tight at 2-2. That one's foul. We'll stay at 2-2 once again. Full count now here. And that is a fly out to right field. Thought for a moment it might have a chance to get down, but it will not. It'll be out number 1. Ethan Morgan is the batter now here for Grand Rapids as we close in on that 2-hour mark of the ball game. And this one a little bit low for a ball. Scoring scattered all across the scoreboard here in this game. Swing and a miss for a strike, 1-1. Both teams score a run in the first. Harrisburg scores 2 in the top of the second. Grand Rapids scores 3 in the bottom of the second. No score in the third. 1 run for Harrisburg in the top of the third. 4 runs for Harrisburg in the top of the fourth. And 1 so far in the top of the sixth. And Grand Rapids trying to make some sort of rally response here in the bottom of the sixth. 9-4 is where we sit right now on Mandy's FargoND.com scoreboard. 9 runs on 10 hits for Harrisburg, 4 runs on 5 hits for Grand Rapids. Grand Rapids has committed 5 errors, 2 errors for Harrisburg, and a swing and a miss for a strikeout, and out number 2 is recorded. And I'll bring up Noah Cevados.
Number 10, Nolan Cevados.
Cevados, I guess. Pronunciation sheet would indicate Cevados, according to the one that was given to from the Legion stats guy. So if I did get it wrong, I apologize to Grand Rapids fans. 0-1. And the pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. And Stone says he's just confirmed that he'll be in attendance for the game between Lincoln and West Fargo tonight. So we look forward to seeing you here, Stone. Hope you have a chance to enjoy one of the games in person here. No balls and 2 strikes, 2 away, nobody on, and outside for a ball. 1-2. Two balls and 2 strikes. And he went too far on that one. That'll strike him out, and that will end the 6th inning. We go to the 7th. One more chance for Harrisburg to add some insurance runs to their 5-run advantage that they have at the moment. And it'll be up to Grand Rapids to see if they can continue their season in the bottom half of the inning. We'll be back with the potential conclusion of this one here on MSPN Digital Television.
Make your home your retreat. Fill your favorite spaces with fresh air, warm sunlight, and calming connections with the outdoors. Marvin Windows and Doors are designed to promote happier, healthier spaces in your home. At D&M Industries, we will walk you through how the beauty, thoughtful design features, and unparalleled performance of Marvin products can help you feel better in your home. Visit our D&M Industries showroom in Moorhead today.
Here's your chance to support MSPN Digital Television in one of 3 ways. First, everyone can subscribe to the MSPN YouTube channel absolutely free. Second, individuals and families can choose one of 3 monthly YouTube memberships. Third, local businesses can choose one of 2 monthly YouTube sponsorships. Visit our YouTube channel and look for and click the Join button to select the option that's best for you. For more information or to get answers to your questions about MSPN memberships and sponsorships, give us a call today at 701-491-6776.
All right, welcome back. Top of the 7th. My apologies. The roster I got from the Legion in the email right before the tournament started had number 7 as Cole Gores, and the roster today has number 7 as Joe Dick. So Joe Dick pitched last inning, and he's also pitching this inning here. I'm not sure what the mix-up was, but when I went right before we went on the air, I went over to the other press box to talk to Legion guy. I'm like, hey, there are 5 players on the Grand Rapids roster who have different jersey numbers from what they had yesterday. And he's like, this is the official one. I'm like, well, so was the other one that I got. Or at least that's what I was told. So we believe it's Joe Dick on the mound here for Grand Rapids. And he was on the mound last inning as well. If the official one as of today is official, it's Joe Dick. So there you go. A little clear up on the confusion there. A little confusion in the first and a little confusion in the 7th. And not a bad way to start and end a game, I guess. And 2 balls and a strike now here to Eli Kokenge. And at that last pitch, he can push the count to 3-1. And this one, a fly ball to right field. Should be good for Sam Dick to make the catch, assuming that, yes, Sam Dick is number 16 on this official as of today roster. And that'll be a fly out for out number 1.
Baseman number 16, Noah Boucher.
Noah Boucher, the batter. And the pitch, and that one is in for a strike. 0-1 here to Boucher. 1 for 3. Ground out, double, reached on an error, and scored a run via a sacrifice fly. Or I should say got an RBI versus a sacrifice fly as his teammates scored the run. And that'll be strike 2. And strike 2 brings us to the 2-hour mark of the ball game here in the top of the 7th. Grand Rapids will bat in the bottom of the 7th here, despite what happens in the top of the 7th. And the pitch is going to be low for a ball, 1-2. So after getting ahead in the count, comes back with a ball, 1 ball, 2 strikes. And this is a ground ball that will be a base hit into right center field. Riley Madison, the shortstop, couldn't quite get there in time. Base hit and a runner on. It's the 11th hit of the ball game here
15, Bryson Esser.
for Harrisburg. Bryson Esser 0 for 4. Reached on an error, a fly out to center, a strikeout, and a fly out to right. And the pitch. And that's low and out for a ball, 1-0. Harrisburg looking to get a game above 500, and Grand Rapids looking to keep their season alive here. Pitch, and that one's going to be popped up and fouled away, and we'll go to 1-1. Grand Rapids coming into today's game with an overall record of 19-15. Harrisburg coming into today's game with an even record of 21-21. 2 hours and 2 minutes. Quick glance at the Boucher, the runner on first, and now the pitch is delivered, and it's cranked to left field, but it'll drift foul, and that'll be strike 2. Once again, our next game will feature Elkhorn taking on Yankton. It's a 12 noon scheduled start for that game, which is 31 minutes from now. Might be a little late. We'll see how quickly they can get things done between games here. My guess is that's going to be closer to 12:15, depending on how much longer this game goes. If this game were to end right now, I would predict 12:15. So for every minute that goes by, my prediction will move up by 1 minute. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And the pitch. And base hit left field. That'll move Boucher up into second. He'll round second and go to third. They'll put on the brakes there. It's going to be a double for Esser into left field. So Boucher moves into third on the double by Bryson Esser. 2 runners in scoring position with only 1 out here in the top of the 7th and a 9-4 lead and the 12th hit of the game here for Harrisburg. Harrisburg showing their dominance here in the 5th, 6th, and 7th innings, as they have gotten things clicked and they have scored a lot of runs. And something tells me they might get 1 or 2 here in this inning as well, with 1 out and 2 runners on, 2nd and 3rd. Pitch will miss for a ball, 1-0. In the thinking back, in the 4th and the 5th inning, it did not happen in the 6th. At least I don't think it did. Let me think for a moment. No, I do not think it happened in the 6th, but in the 4th and the 5th inning, Harrisburg had runners on 2nd and 3rd on 2 occasions, and on both occasions, the batter was walked to load the bases. We'll see if it happens again here in the top of the 7th or not. And that one's fouled away down the first base line. It almost stayed fair. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ethan Beek is 2 for 3. A single, a ground out, a single, and a walk. So he's reached base 3 of the 4 times he's come up to the plate today. And that one will come inside for ball 2, right at the sneakers. Ball strike, fouled away ball. And the pitch, fouled away. We'll stay tight at 2-2. See a team warming up in the batting cages. I'm not sure if it's Yankton or Elkhorn. They're wearing black jerseys. I can't quite tell from here. But like I said, that'll be the next game. Scheduled to start at 12 noon. At this point, that game's going to be a little bit late. And that'll be a swing and a miss for a strikeout, and puts out number 2 on the board. Taten Muntz will be the batter now.
Number 10, Taten Muntz.
Is actually a dark blue jersey, and it is Elkhorn North warming up in the batting cages off the first base side of the field here. Swing and a miss, strike 1 here by Taten Muntz. 1 for 2, reached on a fielder's choice, then reached on a single, then reached on a walk, then reached on a walk. So he's been reached base every time he stepped up to the plate today in some fashion. 0-1. And that one will miss, that one will pop through, and everybody will stay put on their bases, and it'll be 1 ball, 1 strike here to Taten Muntz. So I'm looking for a 6', 6" giant and a 5', 6" individual with gray hair. Okay, got it. I'll try and keep my eyes open. High fly ball to left field, and it is caught for the final out. They will strand 2 on base, and we go to the bottom of the 7th, and it's the last chance for Grand Rapids. They need at least 5 runs to extend this game and keep their season alive. We'll see if they can do it when we return after this. Stay tuned.
TCI Insurance was founded in 1985 with a simple mission in mind: to protect your assets. TCI Insurance has a long history of providing insurance coverage and loss prevention solutions to the region, and strives to exceed your expectations. From agriculture, business, and personal insurance, our advisors are here to help walk you through the options and equip you with the knowledge you need to choose the coverage that will best suit your current stage of life. TCI Insurance. Call 701-277-1710 or visit them at the offices in West Fargo and Wimbledon. Learn more today at tciteam.com.
Yeah, I just picked her up. We should be there in 20 minutes.
Who is it? Oh, it's him. Where is he?
I know. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
All right, we have a new pitcher on the mound here for Harrisburg. It's going to be number 2, Ryland Bowe. Double check the roster just to be sure. Yes, Ryland Bowe was number 2.
Pitching now for Harrisburg, number 2, Ryland Bowe. Leading off for Grand Rapids, number 16, Sam Day.
And the left fielder is number 15, Bryson Esser. No balls and a strike. Sam Dick reached on an error, struck out, and then reached on another error. A lot of batters have reached base. The difference in this game is the batters who have reached base for Grand Rapids have not come around to score on a frequent enough basis. Harrisburg's left 11 runners on base. Grand Rapids has left 7 runners on base so far, and that's a foul tip caught for a strikeout. And out number 1. And now Caleb Gunderson is the batter, and Grand Rapids is down to their final 2 outs of the season. Unless they can score 5 runs and extend this game. Pitch is outside for a ball, 1-0. Gunderson's 2 for 2, a double, and a walk, and a single. The double to left field, the walk, and then the single to center field. 1 ball, no strike here to Gunderson. Ryland Bowe will deliver, and that is in for strike 1. 1-1 the count. And fouled at the plate, and we're moved to 1-2. Once again, bottom of the 7th, 9-4. 2 outs remaining potentially in this contest. Here's the 1-2, outside, 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ball, strike, fouled away, ball. In that order here on the pitches between Ryland Bowe and Caleb Gunderson. Alex Wegworth is the batter on deck. We'll see him for sure this inning. We'll see if we get to Riley Madison or not. He would be the next batter if we can get that far into the lineup. Bouncing ball towards third. Schlapko picks it up. He fires it over to Boucher for the second out. A 5-3 ground out will put out number 2 on the board, and now Grand Rapids' season comes down to the bat of Alex Wegworth. Can he keep things going here for the Wolfpack?
Number 24, Alex Wegworth.
He has not been able to do anything so far today. He's 0 for 3 with a ground out to second, a ground out to the pitcher, and a strikeout swing. We'll see if that changes here on this plate appearance. Right down the middle, Main Street strike for Ryland Bowe. It's 0-1. 2 hours and 12 minutes, time of this game. And the pitch is going to miss, ball 1. And strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And this one, a bouncing ball to second. Beek picks it up, fires it over. That's the ball game. Time of the game, 2 hours and 13 minutes, and Harrisburg, with a 9-4 victory, improves to 22-21 on the season. And they will put an end to Grand Rapids' season. And Grand Rapids will finish the season with an overall record of 19-16. 9-4, 9 runs on 12 hits. The Tigers committed 2 errors, and they left a total of 11 on base. For Grand Rapids, 4 runs on 5 hits. They committed 5 errors and left a total of 7 on base. And that will wrap up Game 5 of this contest, of the Central Plains Regional Tournament. So the Harrisburg Post 45 Tigers as winners of Game 5 will play at 3:30 p.m. tomorrow against the loser of the Post 2 Shakopee game and the Fargo Post 400 Stars game later tonight. So Harrisburg will have the long time to wait to find out who their opponent will be tomorrow. Once again, 2 hours and 13 minutes, time of the game, and that will take care of business here for Game 5 of the 2025 Central Plains Regional Tournament. Thanks so much for tuning in. Next game scheduled for 12 noon. That's 19 minutes away. That's not going to happen. I'm still thinking right around 12:15, maybe 12:20. So expect us to go live probably right around 12:10, 12:15 for that next game here on MSPN Digital Television. Thanks so much for tuning in, and congratulations to Harrisburg for moving on here in the Central Plains Regional Tournament.
The proceeding has been a copyrighted presentation of MSPN Digital Television. Follow us online by searching MSPN-DTV on YouTube and X to find broadcast schedules, on-demand broadcasts, and more. Thanks for watching MSPN Digital Television.